We got about 12 boards to go. This is going to be a finals between Deboden and Firm. So Firm wasn't even qualifying until, I think, board 219 or 209 yesterday, where they got a 7-imp swing and managed to hang on by less than 1 VP, I think, for that 4th place position. And it looks like they've made their way to the finals to play up against Deboden. So, Bilden Schultz versus Mano DeFranco at this table. In the other room, the sponsor is in, but the match is quite close. And with the sponsor coming out for the next segment, Brink is going to be playing with Driver. With Mano and DeFranco, that's a very formidable front four. So what's going on this last board? North-South got to 4 spades here. The other table, 3 hearts, East-West down 2. Apologies for coming in the middle of the auction. So Evanstad ended up preempting 3 hearts in first seat. North decided not to take a call over that. I think it's honestly pretty close between pass and 3-no on the North cards. A 6-card diamond suit. Ace King 10 third of hearts is probably not all that useful on an auction like this, and only 14 highs. Maybe it's a bit thin, but 3-no trump would definitely be the choice of some players. How did we get to 4 spades here? 2 hearts. Okay, so Bilda elects to overcall 2-no trump. And then 3 diamonds shows spades invitational plus, and North with a lot of controls ended up taking the push to 4 spades. But how is 4 spades going to do? I suppose that's the real question that we need to answer. East on lead, tried a heart at trick 1, declare, got out the club king, and DeFranco, rather than pulling trumps to try and stop Declare from roughing clubs, elected to continue clubs, forcing Declare. Interesting choice. I mean, I think I don't know why he continued the queen of clubs instead of finessing the 10. Now his partner's jack will rough out. Although I guess Declare always was going to be able to pitch on the hearts. I think I've frequently said that it's generally the wrong thing to do if both sides are playing the same suit. Someone has made an error, and here it appears to be the defenders. I tend to be a big believer in trusting Declare. They're the one that's looking at both hands, and they usually know which suit to play. They often don't know how to play that suit because they don't see our cards. But, like, playing clubs, I mean, Declare obviously had a plan. Their plan was to rough clubs in the North hand, and East can work this out. Maybe East just didn't think there was anything better to do than to force Declare. But in that case, I mean, why not lead the 9 of clubs instead of the queen on the second round? Like, do we really think that North, with all of these spade entries to the South hand, is playing the clubs like King Jack third by leading the king out of hand on the first round of the suit? Probably not. The same for King Jack Doubleton. That seems pretty unlikely. All right, Bilda elects to cash the Ace King of Diamonds before continuing clubs. And it looks like his plan was maybe to just play the hand as a bit of a cross rough at this point. But now he even just cashes the Heart King. Gonna rough a heart. And nothing the defense can do. Declare can rough that 10 of clubs with the 8 of spades if necessary. And now we'll lose at most 2 spade tricks. And as things lie, Declare will actually have a guess for an 11th trick, which I think Dennis is going to get right, even though it won't earn him any extra imps. So 11 imps to Deboden. They're going to go into the next segment up by 15. Something that could be overcome. Now, before the table gets taken away, I do want to look at some of these big scores. 4 spades went down 1 on board 5. Looks like there's a pretty bad club split. Although on the surface, I'm not certain whether or not 4 spades should be going down. But the other table, East-West took a save over 4 spades. And this ended up being very costly when 5 hearts went for 500. Other big swing, board 6, 2 no trump by South, the 6-card major. Playing with a sponsor makes a lot of sense. I mean, especially with a 17 count. I think I do like the 2-no opener. Obviously, playing with a expert partner, Brink would have opened a heart, I believe, on this one. But North with 13 made a quantitative invite opposite 2-no, and that's a big error. 20 high card points for the 2-no opener. I mean, I'm guessing that 2-no trump isn't like 18 to 19 or something like that. If it's 20 to 21, 13 highs, you definitely want to be in a slam. The question is just which one. So I don't know how to best go about that on the North cards. Probably start with Stayman and go from there. See if you have a spade fit. But in the other table, 1 heart opener, Gazilli auction, it looks like. Game forced by North. And after a little bit of back and forth relaying, North-South find their way to 6 hearts, which is pretty good played from the South side. The Queen of Clubs is protected from the opening lead. You have a pitch on diamonds and spades. One of the other big swings, board 9, also going the way of Deboden. 5 clubs doubled in the North. North-South found a save in clubs, whereas in the other room, they just let the opponents play 4 spades. North opened a club, but it's a lot harder for South to justify pushing their partner into a sacrifice at 5 clubs. So we'll see what happens with the sponsor sitting out. I mean, with Brink and Driver's partnership, they didn't do so hot in the Bermuda Bowl this year, but did at least make it into the top 8. A couple of other swings here and there for 4 spades making on board 10 versus 3 no trump, undoubled down 3. South just opened 4 spades on the hand and caught quite a nice dummy. And then it looks like that contract has no play. So how did 4 spades make? Ace of clubs, king of clubs, king of diamonds. Oh my. Yeah, because as long as West just exits passively, like if West plays the queen of clubs or something, East has the hearts protected. So West can just abandon the hearts, hold on to the king jack of diamonds until all of eternity, and there's no way to squeeze West out of getting that king jack of diamonds trick. Maybe a little bit hasty by West to switch to the diamond king. I guess West was a little bit nervous about Declare having like ace doubleton of hearts and a small doubleton diamond, which South could have had. So it's not like this was a nullo play, but it certainly an unfortunate one, which means Deboden easily could have been up even more. East-West getting to 3 no trump in the other room seems ambitious on 20 combined high card points. I'm not sure how that happened. Maybe South opened 3 spades and West overcalled 3 no. Could be a reason for it. In our bronze matchup, Après Bridge Champs versus Iceland 1. Iceland 1 was a team that kind of snuck in at the last minute yesterday. but we'll stay focused on the gold medal match. I don't think they're handing out medals for this event. It's just going to be the Euro prize pool. Looks like we got the names wrong. I don't think Firm is playing again for the second set. But let's actually watch the young guy, if he's still in. Oh, well, I clicked on Evenstad and it brings up Martin Schultz. So maybe the VuGraph operator has the names back in correctly, but watch Nikolai Heiberg Evenstad if he's playing. Otherwise, we'll probably check out Driver. Oh, hello. We've swapped the tables a little bit. We got Driver against Bilda and Schultz, and Carlson, Malinowski against DeFranco and Mono. Let's head to this table. 15 imps, the difference between the two squads, and I think there's a real chance that Firm makes the comeback. First board, 14 count for North. North opens a club. So Bilda gets to overcall Diamond. Pass by South, and unless South wants to make some sort of preemptive club raise. Oh, so South decides to bid one spade, denying a 4-card major, showing some values. This makes a lot of sense. Yeah, if you have these transfers available in your system, you can be a little bit more lenient with the hands you respond. One of the big negatives about bidding a no trump in auctions like this, even if it had gone a club past the no trump, is that you're wrong-siding the no trump most of the time. But here, with one spade not stealing declarership of the no trump contract, South is happy to show some values as a response. I'm a bit surprised that West wasn't able to double as like a responsive double here. I suppose that East-West play that double showing spades, and therefore West didn't have a double of one spade available. Hey Babs, good morning. So Bilda bids 2 diamonds. They miss their spade fit. And how much of a problem is that really going to be? Declare has 2 hearts and a spade and a diamond to lose off the top in a spade contract. So one way or another, East-West were not getting to a game on this hand, I don't think. I mean, they might have ended up in 4 spades. If you put the king of spades in opener's hand, which might be expected, and give South the heart queen, Declare has a fighting chance to make that spade game. Not really sure what South is thinking about. I mean, club honor is pretty automatic as the opening lead. How does 2 diamonds do? So Declare is going to win the club ace, and I guess the first question is, do we touch trumps first, or do we take a spade finesse? This could be our last entry to dummy. Yeah, the 9 of spades runs around to the king. And now Is Brink going to continue forcing declare in clubs, or is Brink just going to say, switch to hearts? I think I like a heart switch. We don't really want to play another club and have partner turn up with King Doubleton. One club in these transfer systems where you play transfers over clubs shows 2 or more. So North could have a Doubleton club and any variety of shapes. So yeah, heart switch. I do like this play. Not sure why Declare would play the king here. Maybe he just knows that both hearts are offside. I'm not really sure how, but yeah, okay, there. That makes a lot more sense, the jack. And now North with the diamond length, pretty happy to force declare in clubs. So spade over to the jack. Declare will lead a diamond up, probably diamond to the 10. That's got to be their best chance to make the contract. Whoa. That can't be the right play. But Dennis was cooking something here. I mean, this line of play goes down anytime diamonds are 4-2. Yeah, this is very fortunate that the clubs are stranded in South's hand because North can cash 2 diamonds, but North is going to get end played into leading away from the heart ace. Very surprising, this line of play from Bilda. Would diamond to the 10 have made the contract? I think the answer is yes. He would lose 1 fewer diamond trick, and everything else would come out the same. I mean, he basically would have found out that the diamonds split badly by the time he played a 3rd round of diamonds. And so then he could just revert back to playing on spades and force out North's long trump. I guess he was a little bit worried that if a diamond to the 10 loses, he might be going down multiple tricks, which I suppose is probably correct. Like, South could get in with the jack of diamonds, play a 4th club, North would throw their spade, and now Declare wouldn't even get a 2nd spade trick a lot of the time. Hard to say, but the players have to play quickly. Hey, Zavillion, the non-Dutch guys, that's correct. Yeah, they play for Team Switzerland in most of the big events when Zimmerman's sponsoring, but this time Zimmerman was not here, so they had other commitments. Spade by South, 2 diamonds showing 5 or more hearts. I think invitational are better. Just looking at North's hand is what I'm going off of. South opened a pretty ratty 11. I mean, I love it, but maybe not everyone's choice to open this hand. 5-3-3-2, 3 jacks, no spot cards. Double by South, or double by East, showing diamonds over the artificial 2 diamond bid. South redoubles. West will probably bid 3 diamonds to take up some space. Redouble looks like it's support, showing hearts. I'm a bit surprised by the redouble showing hearts. Oh, geez, come on. Let's... Okay, we're just getting alerts on the 2 diamond bid. That's fine. Double by East. I suppose if you're playing support redoubles, you just have to do it in this spot. It seems like an unusual system choice, though, because normally you would just want to accept the transfer, or if we call it that with the South cards, to make sure that you're declare. Whoa, West doesn't bid 3 diamonds. I guess he's seen Dennis's lead directing doubles before, if we recall that hand yesterday. I mean, they got to 5 clubs doubled on it, but Dennis made a lead directing double of a Stamen bid with Jack 9 6 of clubs. Maybe support's also not a good hand. I think people don't play that anymore nowadays. Or it's the inverse, that people used to play with support doubles originally, that like a support double promises a non-minimum and 3 trumps. People have just realized that that's a silly way to play the convention, and so they don't do it. But yeah, I mean, I think the main point is that 2 hearts would promise 4 in this spot, is the way that they've changed their system. Okay, 2 hearts by West. So West decided to make a strong raise of diamonds. Dude, the Vugraph operators have just completely lost the auction numerous times. And I kind of appreciate them going back and putting in the alerts, just because a lot of people will see these auctions 10 years from now when they pull up the Vugraph archives, if that thing still exists, and be a little bit confused. But in theory, you should be able to work out what's going on. Like, we could kind of work out what was happening without the alerts. But I wouldn't like them to do it at the expense of missing the entire bidding sequence. So 2 hearts, 4 hearts by North. Once they found a fit, the 10 count grows up in value despite the singleton and partner suit. East leads a club. Interesting. This doesn't end up necessarily costing immediately, but it does mean Declare wasn't going to have to rough a couple of clubs in the south hand. So club to the Queen and King. Declare can now unblock the club ace. Probably a low heart to the north hand. I guess planning to play a heart to the Queen, but West is going to pop up with the stiff king. So it looks like East should be able to shed a spade on the 3rd round of clubs as Declare roughs the suit good. And then Declare will just be in a position where they have to give up a trump trick to East. So a little bit of care needs to be taken on how Declare plans the play on this one. Yeah, low heart, the king pops up. That looks like a true card to me, so I'm pretty sure we just rough a club, unblock the heart jack, ace of spades, and we just have to rough a spade high to pull trumps. So East can pitch a spade here, unblock the jack of hearts. Oh, I guess we don't need to unblock the jack of hearts. Yeah, that's kind of a silly thought. Just overtake the jack of hearts with the queen is better. But if we don't, like if Driver gets greedy and does play jack of hearts, ace of spades, spade rough low, East can over rough, cross to their partner in diamonds, get a club rough, and then cash another diamond. And so they'll beat the contract to trick that way. There's a J in the name. Sorry. So it's actually pronounced Draver. Dreyver, if you're English or something. I know, I've been told that a number of times. Oh yeah, you're Dutch. I forget where most of my viewers are from. I actually just make the assumption that everyone's Australian, even the Canadians. I'm sure that Draver also isn't a perfect pronunciation. It's just like what I've been told is the best way to anglicize the name, which might be true, might not be. He's thinking about greeting for this over trick. I mean, in shorter matches, it can be important to try and score as many tricks as possible. Not necessarily play full-on match points, but not be lazy about trying to score extra tricks. Oh, actually, Schultz pitched a club. Oh no. Now that Schultz has pitched a club, it is safe to play for the over trick. I don't know why Schultz would do that. Schultz could have just pitched a spade. Yeah, so that doesn't make any sense to me. But that's probably what North was like spending a long time thinking about, was just like, I want to overtake the Jack of Hearts to make the contract, but West threw a club. Is there really any danger anymore? No. There's no way for East to get another ruff after that spade over ruff. So didn't give the declare a chance to go wrong from West's perspective, but probably would have ended up in the same number of tricks anyway. 420. South passes in first seat? That's unbelievable. There's no way that's actually what happened. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's up with the VooGraph operators, but they're missing quite a lot of whatever's going on at the table. So 3 diamonds by South, rather than opening at the 1 level. Pass. East, quite understandably, reopens double. West bids 4 diamonds, looking for the better major suit fit, and East-West get to 4 spades. There are 4 quick losers off the top. South leads the diamond ace. Well, this is going to make things difficult, isn't it? I don't think there's any way that South switches to the heart queen now. So Declare will be able to pitch a heart loser on the diamond king. Probably at trick 2. Now that I'm thinking about that, maybe that's not going to happen. I mean, East is pretty likely on an auction like this to hold a singleton diamond instead of a doubleton. So I think South is probably suspects that that their partner has the doubleton, but there's just no way to switch to the heart queen. I mean, that could easily blow a trick. And even if partner or Declare gets a heart discard, how often is that going to cost, right? Declare probably has king third or ace third of hearts in the worst case scenario, and Declare could always just cross to the spade king and pitch on the diamond king later. So is this going to be a big result for Deboden? Declare can now ruff a club, take a spade finesse, ruff a club, pull trumps, and maybe it's not good enough. I think he'll make it if he roughs all 3 clubs in the West hand. Well, the queen of spades, if we rough 2 rounds of clubs, so club rough, spade to the jack, club rough, king of spades. Oh, I guess we just exit a heart at that point. Yeah. No, I think we're good. We can always rough the 3rd round of hearts back to the east hand and then pull the last trump and the club is high. So yeah, it is just as simple as playing the non-preemptor for the spade queen. You know, you would be wrong if you guessed that the non-preemptor also had the club queen and the heart queen, but But yeah, no. No, you were right. This whole club rough, spade over, club rough, unblock the spade king is going to work out just fine for Declare. Build is going to be a little bit nervous that that trumps might be 4-1. But I'm not sure he can do a whole lot about 4-1 trumps. Like, maybe we just exit a heart right now, but I'd be a little bit nervous about that plan. I guess we could rough a diamond with the 5 of spades. Maybe that's actually the play. Rough a diamond with the 5 of spades. Rough the club suit good, and then exit a heart. No, that's not good enough. Anyway, he'll come up with something that's going to work. So this feels like a pretty good result for East-West. I mean, they're off 4 cashers at tricks 1, 2, and 3. South didn't have to lead ace into diamond, although I think it is the most reasonable defense from their hand. Could be a push, but it's also not the case that South is going to open 3 diamonds in the other room. Not necessarily. It was an 11 count with a 7-card diamond suit, a pretty good diamond suit. So many players would prefer to open that at the 1 level to show the opening values and possibly look for a game their way. I mean, oddly enough, if South opens 1 diamond, I don't think East is going to come into the auction with their 8 count. And then East-West definitely aren't getting to 4 spades. Yeah, okay. So Bilda does just play a spade to the jack. Now club rough. Declare can unblock the spade king and... Or now do we rough a diamond with the 5 of spades? Let's see, does that work? I'm thinking about it. Because we know the spade queen's on side once the spade hook 1. If we can rough a diamond with the 5 of spades and rough a club with the king of spades, we can just exit a heart and claim on a spade finesse later. If North really had queen 7-6 small of spades, we lead a diamond. North would have to rough in to prevent this line of play with the 7 or 6. We over rough with the 8. Yeah, I guess it doesn't quite work. So Bilda did just decide to play for 3-2 trumps. Easy enough. Pass by West. North this time with a pretty flimsy hand. A bunch of jacks, opens a heart. 12 high card points this time. Or is it still 11? Still 11. A heart passes spade. South is the one with a big hand. Do these guys play a relay system? A heart, a spade, 2 diamonds. South will probably have a way to show game force here. Whether that's 3 clubs or whatever the bid is, we don't know. I mean, South with 21 high as opposite partner's opening bid is definitely thinking about slam already. 2-0, looks like that's their game force, saving just 1 step over the more normal 3 club 4th suit forcing. You wonder what 3 spades is here from South? Most players would play it invitational, I guess, right? Hello, Eric. So relay structure-wise, North is going to describe their shape. And South is then going to get information to place the final contract. Now, a key card to 6 spades being the makeable slam is that singleton jack of spades. If North had a singleton small spade and that one high card point was elsewhere, say turn those 2 major suit jacks into the heart queen, then 6 spades is a terrible contract, but so is everything else. So, yeah, okay. The South just decided, let's play this in 6 spades and hope that things work out, which seems pretty practical. How hard is it to picture a hand that 6 spades isn't going to have at least some play opposite partner's opening bid when you have 21? So West on lead probably just tries a trump, maybe a diamond. Diamond is certainly scary, with North having bid diamonds naturally. I don't think West is all that worried about the heart suit. South never supported hearts, never showed any interest in supporting hearts, and West is looking at a bunch of small hearts. So there's a high likelihood that Dummy's hearts aren't running. I think the reason to lead a diamond is you believe that the opponents might be off the ace-king of diamonds, which could be the case. I mean, in some sense, North could have the king-queen of hearts instead of the queen-jack, or instead of whatever diamonds they have, and East could have the ace of diamonds as their only high card. Then a diamond lead might be necessary to beat it, and so that's what Schultz goes with. I think well-reasoned. Yeah, the passive trump lead is not so bad either, but I think a diamond has a lot going for it. Unfortunately here, I mean, it doesn't cost. Declare still has no parking place for their other diamond loser. But this does just make Declare's life a little bit easier. In Jack of Spades cashes, Declare has to decide which suit to return to hand in, tries a heart, and now pulls trumps. And there is no squeeze. I think we will see Declare run all of their tricks. Pitching 2 hearts and 2 diamonds from the north hand. Tries the jack of clubs, maybe hoping that West will give a count signal on this trick. Crafty play, the jack of clubs. Yeah, I mean, if you play the king of clubs, the opponents know kind of that you're just cashing high cards and they're not really going to signal. But sometimes you can kind of fake as if you have a different spot card or something, or a different honor sequence, and then the defenders decide to give their natural signals on the trick. 980 either way. It looks like Brink might have asked about the location of the king queen of hearts, and Bildo was like, I've got them both, so no squeeze. North with 18. North-South do have a pretty big spade fit, and everything is working for North-South. Club finesse is on, spades split, so 4 spades is a makeable spot, it looks like. Losing a trick in every suit that's not trumps. And I do think North-South are playing some sort of precision variant type system. A club, a diamond, a no trump, probably like 17 to 19. South is just going to transfer to spades. The 2 hearts transfer. Yeah, I like driver's choice of 2 spades. Oh, no, please. No, not again. Come on. Please, don't do this. Don't do this. Okay, 2 hearts transfer to spades. Now are we going to lose the rest of the auction? So what I was going to say is I think a lot of players looking at the North hand would be like, wow, I have a lot of aces and kings. I have 4-card trump support. I should super accept. And 4-3-3 is just so bad of a distribution, especially when your partner has probably already limited their hand in some sense by bidding a diamond. You really need partner to be the one to have a maximum for there to be any chance that a game is going to make. Like here, 4 spades is not a good game. It happens to make because you get this like 20% chance with the ace of clubs on and the spades splitting, 20% thereabouts of that happening. But you would prefer not to be there. Why 1 diamond over a spade? It's just systemic. I mean, they're playing basically a precision style system of some kind. So 1 diamond just showed, it should have been alerted. Like, yes, the VuGraph operator, if they're going to alert 2 hearts, should have backed all the way up and alerted 1 club as well. So 1 diamond is basically like 0 to some number of high card points. Looks like Al Hollander is suggesting it's 0 to 6 for these guys. Yeah, in typical precision, it's like 0 to 7 over a club, a strong club. But I know these guys have their like specially crafted thing that they do, which I'm not that familiar with. All right, Declare now asks about the location of the club ace, right? Apparently not. They're going to cross in spades, pitch a heart on the diamond 10, and then exit a heart. See if the defenders mess up and get themselves end played. Ten imps comes through on board 15. Well, one table made 3 spades, or one table made 4 spades. The other table went down in 3 spades. Gross. South did open a diamond, and unsurprisingly, this pushed East-West out of finding the spade game, which we might have said was a good thing if North-South were able to beat it at our table. But a diamond double, take out double from West this time with 4-4 in the majors, redouble from North, 10 high card points. East bid 1 spade, probably fearing that redouble with quite a good hand, but only 4 spades. 2 diamonds, pass, pass. East decided to balance back in with a double. Reasonable, for sure. I think some players might have balanced with 3 clubs. I should probably stop talking too much about the auction in the other room. Anyway, they get to 3 spades. The line of play, ace of diamonds, queen of hearts switch. Heart to the 10, ace of hearts, another heart. Declare roughs with the ace of spades, playing the opening bidder at this table, not the preemptor for the spade queen. And that ends up costing dearly because 3 spades ends up going down a trick. So 10 big imps going the way of De Boden. They're back on top by 20. East passes in first seat. South opens a diamond with their 18 highs. West overcalls a spade. Nice hand. 16 high card points, but a pretty bad spade suit. Not quite good enough to double. North doesn't take a bid over 1 diamond. We can also see that North-South aren't playing just like straight up precision, because in precision, South would open a club with these cards with the 18 high card points. So they're playing something a little bit unusual, whatever it is. Bilda decides to bid 2 spades. Probably fearing the 4-3-3 shape and no values in terms of a possible preempt on the hand. And Brink, I guess, decides that the only way to really show their hand is to bid 2 no trump here. Driver had nothing better to do than to pass. I don't know the implications of this sequence by north-south. 2-no feels wrong. There just isn't any other bid. I mean, you could certainly pass, right? If partner has values, partner will reopen with a double. You know partner has a spade void or spade shortness. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why the VooGraph operator is so trigger happy with putting in passes for some of these players. I would have expected North to do something over 2-no. I just didn't know what it was going to be. But it looks like Draver has decided to game force 3 spades. 3-no by South, not what North wanted to hear. Is North going to pull to 4 clubs? West is about to double this. Now, would that be a good decision? I don't know. I mean, you can beat 3-no trump doubled. You can beat 3-no trump undoubled, too. The double has no effect on the result of the contract, but would West double 3-no? Or would West beat 3-no if they doubled? They'll probably lead a spade at trick 1. Looks like Declare is only going to get 8 tricks, I suppose. 3 diamonds, 3 spades, a heart, and a club. But there might be some pressure that West comes under, actually, on the run of diamonds. Anyway, it looks like an interesting enough contract if North passes. I can't imagine North passing. Yeah, okay. North decides to take a gamble at 4 hearts. I'm surprised by the 4 heart bid. I would have expected 4 clubs from North. West finally doubles. And this is going to get rewarded. Ooh, so Firm picks up 13 on board 16. The other table got all the way up to 2 spades on the north-south cards. I wonder how that happened. A heart passed 2 spades intended as strong. Who is Charlson? Thomas, or Carlson. Wait. There's an H in the name. So a little bit of a system misunderstanding at the other table. I mean, no one plays strong jump shifts anymore, so I can't really fault North for not expecting this, even if this was on their card. But see, this is why strong jump shifts lose you swings on boards. It's not because the convention is necessarily bad. No one expects it. So you just pass all the time when partner makes a strong jump shift that looks weak. And oh my God, North-South have ended up in 4 hearts. Wow. 4 hearts doubled, huh? So there's at least 2 diamonds and 3 hearts to lose. And then that's probably it. Because if East leads a black suit, for example, all Declare's diamonds go away. The contract still goes down. I mean, even if East leads a spade for whatever reason, I can't imagine a spade is going to get led. I think East is deciding between the minor suits. Yeah, even on a spade lead, Declare would still end up losing a club and 3 hearts. So this looks like a bit of a disaster for North-South. I mean, 300 or 500 isn't the end of the world, but in such a short match, they were clawing their way back, but no more. What should double say of 4 hearts? I mean, in a lot of these auctions, double is going to ask for opener's first bid suit, or dummy's first bid suit, which would be diamonds in this case. That's what Builda's thinking over, is this one of these spots where double asks specifically for a diamond lead, or is double just, I have some values, I don't think they're making it? Civilian, they play 24 boards total. So this is the final segment of play. They played 12 boards in a previous set, and DeBoden was up 15 after that earlier segment. And this is the final set. Builda does lead a diamond. So he thought, and maybe Schultz also thought, they could be on the same page about this, that this was one of those spots where double said, please lead dummy's first bid suit. Looks like it works out. So diamond to the king. West definitely cashes the diamond ace here. Can't possibly imagine doing anything else. And then, I mean, we probably switch to the club king or something like that. 24 is not a lot, no. This was brought up yesterday, though, and I don't think that just because all of the major tournaments are run with like these really long knockout matches that last like 1 day or 2 days, there's any reason that every single match has to be played that way. There's not like a standard length of a bridge game in general, right? Like for pairs games, you can play 24 boards, 26 boards, 27 boards, depending on how many people show up, sometimes even just 22. Or like if you're at the local club, sometimes you play 20 and you play like 5 board rounds or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I think like you can set up the events to run any length of deals that you want to play. 24 is a short amount, but that means there's just going to be a little bit more variance between the final results. The best team is not always going to win, and that's okay. You still get to show up and play and have fun. And for all these players get paid, 24 is a fun amount to play. It's true. Anything could happen. 6 imps go back the way of DeBoden on board 17. North-South ended up getting to 4 spades. The auction at the other table, a club, a spade, 4 spades. Now, is that fair? Not really, because 4 spades is a bad contract, but it happens to make. For casuals, players won't get exhausted after just 24 boards, so many more teams could enter, which is, I think, a good thing, for sure. I mean, obviously, this is, what, a 6-day event? So if you were playing on a 4-handed team in a 6-day event and you were playing, what was it? I think the previous few days were, well, today even was 48 boards in total. There was a semifinal earlier in the day before I woke up, where both of these teams had to play another 24 boards. But yeah, if you're playing 50 boards a day because you're a 4-handed team and you do that for 6 days straight, a lot of players would still get tired. Not the pro players because they're used to it, but many of the more amateur players would be. But it's certainly not, a grueling 12-day event like the Bermuda Bowl or a lot of the NABCs like the Spin Gold, Vanderbilt, and Solway knockouts where you have to play 64 or 60 board matches or whatever it is nowadays all day and do that for 7 or 8 days straight, 6 days straight. I forget how many rounds they play. Also, why has Schultz not cashed the diamond ace? I mean, Declare's diamonds are going on the spades if you don't. You play chess? Yeah, the classical chess time controls are pretty exhausting. But I think, again, it's just a training your body to, or training your body mentally to be able to keep up with that exertion for those periods of time. Like, as chess players, sure, if you play 1 or even 2 games per day, like a lot of the tournaments in the US, I don't know how they are overseas, will play 2 classical games each day. Your rounds will be at like 1 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. And both of those matches could go 6 hours or 7 hours, depending on delay that's being added. Here they play 1 per day most of the times. I mean, it depends what level of competition. Like for a lot of the open events, especially like that Foxwoods Open that I was referencing a few days back, they play 2 classical games per day. Every level plays 1 per day. Yeah, I was just going to reference that like for, the tippy top Grand Masters, they only play 1 match a day. Bro, what is Schultz doing? Like, what is this play? Oh, man. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. Why not just cash the diamond ace? Your diamond ace is just going away immediately. Oh, God. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Draver's just like, what happened? Club to the ace. Ace, king of spades, pitching diamonds. I mean, it's not so obvious what Declare should do from here, I suppose. He wanted to remove the entry for the diamond suit. Right, but you can do that after cashing the diamond ace. I mean, like, I get it. I get it. Yeah, he probably did just overthink it, is what's happening. So ace king of spades pitching diamonds is going to happen. Draver doesn't know about the spade split. I mean, normally the East 2 spade bid would promise exactly 3 spades. So he's probably worried that East only has 3 spades on the auction. I think we have to know that the ace of hearts is offside. The thing is, like, oh man, none of this makes sense to Declare. Because if West had good trumps, West would want to maximize the penalty by cashing the diamond ace. So West can't have good trumps. So that almost argues for, like, trying to play hard up to the king at some point. But I guess we still have a club loser. Okay, I don't know. I mean, we'll let North work out this problem, but we're certainly going to see 2 spades pitching 2 diamonds from here. Three rounds of spades and then a small heart from dummy. Yeah, I don't think that's the line of play that's going to be taken. I'm pretty sure Declare is going to rough a diamond back to hand and then play a club. The only question I have is, will Declare take a roughing finesse in clubs, or will Declare just rough a club with the 8 of hearts? Also, are we cashing the Queen of Spades now to pitch a club? That's another important question. I mean, this will still be down at least 1, maybe down 2, but man, what a mess. If Declare gets everything right, what happens? Queen of Spades pitch a club, diamond roughed, club rough, lead a diamond. It looks like Declare escapes for down 1. Okay, they don't cash the spade queen, at least not yet. So diamond roughed. Hey, Koopa. Good morning. Oh, I said a roughing finesse earlier. I didn't see the 9 of clubs was still outstanding. That's on me. I forgot Declare's clubs were not just solid, missing the king jack. Yeah, I don't think we play a trump up. That just feels like such a big committal play. Something's not adding up about the hand, but I don't think what's not adding up is that East has the ace of hearts. I'm pretty sure what's not adding up is that West just forgot to cash a second diamond. Okay, club rough. So now Queen of Spades pitch a club, or do we just start leading diamonds through West? That's the question. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right about that, Eric, that if a player thinks for a long time, either they come to the right conclusion or they just make a pretty big error. I know that happens to me. Because either I will like have an epiphany about where all of the missing cards are, and then like after thinking for a long time, and then I'm just like, oh, okay, now I can just play the hand double dummy. Or I don't have an epiphany, and then I'm just like, okay, I've thought for a long time, let's just play the first card that comes to mind and immediately make a mistake. You don't like thinking in chess, Civilian, that's where things go wrong, but then why do you play classical chess? Or do you not? Do you just play Blitz? Because Blitz is the place to not do much thinking. You still have to think a little bit, I mean, in your 5-minute games, but if you play like bullet chess, then that's the game for non-thinkers. You're 1823. I assume that's a FIDE rating. Yeah. 1800 is pretty good. It's a Dutch rating? Okay, so I don't know the comparison between that and like USCF, but 1800 is, yeah, it's probably pretty close to FIDE. 1800 is pretty good. Babs giving the internal monologue of the players. Hold, just everyone wait a second. I'm going to overthink this problem. I will be back with you in a minute, and I will have made the worst possible play. The opponents are like, oh, please, take your time. Okay, they do just lead the 9 of diamonds immediately. So if this cashes, then Declare can play the Queen of Spades, pitching a club, and then probably, I don't know, exit the King of Hearts or something like that. So therefore, West ruffed. It got over ruffed. And now what? Now we want to play a trump? Is that right? I mean, dummy is basically good. So there's a heart. West is in with the ace. West can kind of see if they play back a trump. Declare's hand is just high. So West probably plays a spade. Declare ruffs. Clever. And then Declare is going to exit a trump. And this will pull all the trumps. And so Declare will score another trick from here, just per force. Whatever the long trump holding still has, he's going to get a trick in that suit, whether it's a club or a spade, since he has a full count on the diamonds at least. So, well done. In this case, he does get the Queen of Spades at the end of play. I'm not sure what he's thinking about. Okay. 7 imps to Deboden still, but a great save from Draver after that opening diamond lead could have put Declare in a lot of jeopardy. On to board 19, so 6 boards to play, 20 imp lead for Deboden. Pass by South. West opens a no trump. 15 count. East will transfer. In the Bean Cup, 20 imps is nothing. Yes, that is correct. I believe you. I mean, I think in general in robot games, 20 imps is almost nothing. That could be swung in 2 boards no matter what the lie of the cards is. Part score deal. Someone can go for 800, I'm sure. What is this double? I think it's a misclick by the VuGraph operator. But double is transfer to hearts. We've had a lot of misclicks by the VuGraph operator today. Oh, just kidding. Double shows spades. I've figured it out. There, that's what double is. Wow. So fortunately for East, they know they have a heart fit, I would say. Because 2 hearts should show 3. So Bilda offers 3 no trump as a choice. I'm not sure I like that decision, but, you know, I mean, this is fine. It's fine. He's a silver medalist in the Bermuda Bowl. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. But, like, once you know you have a heart fit, your spade stopper is flimsy. You have 5-4-2-2. You have a little bit extra in the way of high card points, 12 count, but still probably not enough to insist on no trump. I don't know. I'm not a fan, but we'll see what West does. I mean, West is probably happy now that partner has showed spade stuff with the Queen Jack Doubleton of spades. I think West might sit. With clubs coming in, it's cold. That's true. You know what else is cold? Well, pass by south. Yeah, west passes. So spade lead, is north going to lead the 10 or a low one? Probably the 10. Once you've already showed your length in the suit, you generally want to make attitude leads, not your normal count card leads. But north decides to lead the 6. Schultz is just like, partner, what are you doing? Like, what is this king doubleton of spades and dummy? So Declare is fortunate here. And maybe this is the story of the event. De Bowden has been getting a little bit luckier than the other teams. 6 of spades runs around to the queen. 10 of spades could be better in case you hold the trick. I think the reason you would want to play the 10 of spades would be to confirm to partner the honor layout of the suit. It's pretty unlikely to hold the trick, but yeah, sure. I mean, that's another possibility. Okay, Declare cashes the ace of hearts just in case an honor drops. If East has king third and West small doubleton, I don't think West would be passing 3-0 with a small doubleton. I think West has to have an honor in the spade suit. But yeah, I mean, there are definitely lies of the suit consistent with some sort of auction where leading the 10 would be necessary. I just kind of personally like it because it shows off that I don't have any of the other honor cards. But there's probably card play reasons to lead the high spot as well. West opens a spade. Takeout double by Draver. Generally a bit I like with these types of hands. Like overcalling the 5-card heart suit tends to be pretty bad. You don't want to do that at the 2 level. 2 hearts by East. Brink is probably going to bid 4 hearts, maybe. 3 hearts makes sense as well. So 4 spades by West. North in a bit of a pickle. Probably just has to pass. Like, yeah, you have a big heart fit, but I don't think we're making 5 hearts. And therefore, our best chance to go plus is probably to hope that partner has values on defense and we can beat 4 spades. So can we beat 4 spades is an interesting question. And the answer is no, we cannot. Okay, good talk. we definitely can't. Ace of hearts lead. South is going to play a middle spot card, like the 8, maybe. The 9. South chooses maybe to signal a little bit for diamonds. I mean, I think North might just play a second heart, right? Like, you can't really imagine that your partner has 6 hearts. Okay, North switches to the Club King. Reasonable. I think the fact that South really strongly said don't play clubs with the 9 of hearts would be a reason not to do this, but North is kind of right that you need to set up tricks before that diamond suit gets utilized. And this just means that Declare is going to take the diamond finesse the correct way, because they can protect the jack of clubs. Or maybe that's not actually true. I guess they don't have the entries to do everything they need after this king of clubs switch. So yeah, that's what Schultz is thinking about now. What if he ducks the king of clubs? And he does duck the king of clubs. Okay, big play. Oh, just kidding. Vugraph operator got a little bit jumpy. Because we can afford to lose a heart, a club, and a diamond. What we want to avoid is we want to avoid South getting in with, say, the diamond queen once the ace of clubs has been knocked out, and continuing a club back to North, where North might have the king, queen, 10 of clubs. Now Declare is perfectly safe, and they can take a club finesse later to pitch their diamond loser. So this should be 11 tricks. Well played by Schultz. Didn't have to suffer a difficult diamond guess later in the play. So now just pull trumps, take the club hook, pitch the diamond. Doesn't even need to guess the queen. 650. Fern picks up 1 imp on board 19. They did play in the better game contract of 4 hearts. I'm sure they would have preferred to find out the clubs didn't split well, and they would have picked up an awful lot more. But running out of time, 19 imps, only 5 comparisons left, 4 boards to play at this table. North gets to open a club. I think systemically, North gets to open a club. Bilda has had this hand before earlier today. Board 13. 6-4 in diamonds and spades after 1 club opener. I'll start with a diamond once again. So club, a diamond, double showing 4 hearts, 4 or more hearts. West at this vulnerability may just bid 5 diamonds over that. And then North is going to be put to the test. What to do over 5 diamonds. Oh, 2 diamonds, heart preempt. Cute. Okay, Schultz bids 4 diamonds, actually. I like this bid, too. I know I've talked recently on the channel about these, like, 1 under the opponent's game preempts. And generally, this type of bid is made when you have some sort of defense against the opponent's game and you want to bring your partner in on the decision. So if East had a defensive type hand over 4 hearts, East might pass or double. And then West could say, okay, I don't think we're making 5 diamonds, obviously. Like, partner would need a lot of stuff. And it turns out partner has all of that, a lot of stuff here. So I don't really just want to bid 5 diamonds and go minus. Let's see if we can beat 4 hearts and defend. And in this case, Bilda does bid 4 spades. He doesn't want to miss a spade fit again, as he did on board 13, which ended up being a little bit costly. Hey, Shift. Good morning. Not really sure what Brink is thinking about. 5 hearts can't exactly be making And at these colors, I don't really see any reason to preemptively save against the opponent's contract. Like, the king of diamonds is probably going to score from South's perspective. Iceland won became Iceland lost. Yeah, they're going to start up a new TV show about it. Why is Brink in the tank? Someone explain. Okay, pass by South. So 5 diamonds by West. What is 5 clubs? Hello? Dude, what? Just... What is 5 clubs? I've been told that in the other room, East-West got to 6 spades on board 20. Which feels like an awful lot of bidding on the East-West cards. I don't know how they got there, but they have a chance to make it, and I expect them to go down. I mean, the natural way to play the diamond suit is to cash the king and take a diamond finesse. Yo, what is 5 clubs? Someone explain that to me. This isn't some sort of lead directional 5 club bid in case the opponent's bid 5 hearts. West only has ace third. I guess West is thinking there might be a chance for slam. Well, all right, king of hearts. North should definitely not play the queen here. So 10 of hearts, good play. Well, what do we do as Bilda? He decides to lead a spade immediately. A little bit of a discovery play now that North has turned up with the ace of spades. Queen of clubs from North. Yeah, this is really strong defense from Brink and Draver so far. I think Declare is going to get this wrong and is going to go down. Like, percentage play is to play for trumps to split 1-1, but it's only 52 versus 50 for taking the diamond finesse. Well, 52-48 or whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's 50. But so if there's any indication that North could be the one holding the diamond king, you probably flip the odds in favor of taking the finesse. And here, with North being the opening bidder and South essentially showing the king queen of hearts already in the auction or in the defense by leading the heart king, good play. Declare might place the diamond king in North's hand. So from his perspective, it looks like North has the jack of hearts, the king, probably king, queen, jack of clubs. I mean, the queen of clubs is a clever attempt at a false card, but it's not really fooling anyone. And the ace of spades. It's an 11 count. I mean, would North really be bidding 4 hearts on that 11 count? Not sure. Maybe if North was like 6-4. But that kind of argues against taking the diamond finesse. I don't know. This is a tough play, and Bilda is definitely thinking it through. He can afford to duck this trick. Yeah. He could definitely afford to duck this trick. No danger that South forgot to lead their singleton club. But what extra information do you get from ducking, right? North will probably just play back a heart, and then you're in the same boat. You ruff, you play a club to the ace, don't discover any new information, now you have to guess the diamonds. So he does duck. Another club gets led. This time North played the 4 of clubs, South following with the 9. North-South are doing a great job concealing all of their missing high cards. This is such an overrated skill for defenders, and it's not one that shows up in like the record books. But East really has to work out what's going on. I would probably put the odds at like 60% he gets it right now and 40% he gets it wrong. Tough spot to be in when the contract kind of looked cold at the get-go. Just take the natural line of play in diamonds, cash the ace. I'm eagerly awaiting the result on board 20 in the other room. That spade slam that has supposedly been bid. Long think, wrong think? I mean, I don't think there is a right or wrong answer to this problem. It's all based on table feel. And Dennis is as good as anyone at getting information from table feel. So I would tend to trust his judgment in these places. If he thinks that North has the diamond king and he takes the finesse, he's probably done the right thing. Schultz is going to be like, remember that hand yesterday where I led the jack of spades and they didn't cover? You should have led the queen of diamonds, and then if they don't cover, they don't have it. I mean, obviously, this is a situation where North would never cover. I think similar to yesterday as well. The moment of truth, but we don't know when the moment of truth is coming. It'll be sometime in the next like 5 minutes. But Dennis probably realizes like they've been fairly fortunate on a couple of boards, like board 19 specifically, but they've had a pretty good set. I mean, board 13, he probably thinks they may have lost a part score swing, but obviously board 17, they missed a potential spade game, which is good. And it looks like he claims. He just plays the diamond to the ace. Well judged. So 5 diamonds making. That could be the nail in the coffin for Team Firm. I mean, there's 3 boards to go, but even if they pick up a slam swing on board 20, that's going to be 13 imps. They'll still be behind by a handful, and they'll need to pick up some on the last few boards. Board 21 does not look like it's going to be it. Although I guess North-South could get overboard in hearts. They lose 2 another 8-card suit. Lovely. In a heart contract on board 21, it looks like they lose a diamond, 2 spades, a heart, and a club. It's a lot of losers for being at the 5 level. Does East have a gambling 3-no available? First question. He opens a diamond. Heart overcall from Brink. West will bid 1 spade, I think, or maybe double, showing 4 or 5 spades. There we go, double, the popular treatment. So North can bid 2 hearts over this, showing a pretty bad hand with hearts. They play transfers over these, one of the major doubles. Bilda bids 4 diamonds. Tends to deny a spade fit, but from his perspective, he just expects that even if they have a 5-3 spade fit, diamonds might be the better strain with an 8-card suit. 8 solid. 4 heart cubed. East decides to bid 4-no, whatever that means. I don't know if 4-no trump is intended as natural or if it's a good 5 diamond bid. Whoa, okay. 6 diamonds. Wow. Quite a bid. Oh my. I thought there was no chance 6 spades was going to make. I want to stick on the action at this table, but just briefly, here was the auction to 6 spades for people who have large screens. Yeah, Declare is going to have to guess the spades on this club lead. I mean, a heart lead would have made Declare's life pretty easy. I think Declare would have taken the heart finesse at trick 1. Maybe. Not confident about that, but I think that's pretty likely. So ace of diamonds, king of diamonds, pulling trumps. South can pitch hearts. And it's definitely time for Declare to run some trumps. South will have to pitch a spade on the 4th round of diamonds. If South throws a club, Declare can rough the club suit good. If South throws a heart, that transfers the heart threat to North, or the heart guard to North. I mean, I guess technically South could afford to pitch a heart, but you generally don't want to give up any guards in suits as a defender. So there's the 4th diamond, and yeah, I mean, I think South will pitch a spade. This spade discard is something that you would do from queen 3rd or ace 3rd, most likely. So I don't think, I don't think that South is all that fearful about the spade discard giving away the position of the honors in the suit. Before I forget, I'm going to pull up the play in 6 spades that we can look at after the conclusion of this hand, or depending on what happens in the next board. If the next board's boring, we can take a quick look at 6 spades. How they picked up 13. But still a 6 imp gap, right? And that 5 diamond contract that made might cement it. So there's the spade discard. Declare pitches another spade from dummy. Now a 5th diamond. South at this point has to throw a heart. Because now if South pitches another spade, Declare guesses the spades for free. Bilda kind of taking stock of what's going on, probably trying to work out the shapes. He knows the heart split. He probably suspects the spade split. He knows the diamond split. Therefore, he should know the club split. And of course, from the play at trick 1, South probably has the club queen. So he'll definitely play another diamond. South can't afford to pitch a spade or a club because that gives up the contract immediately. So South will throw heart. And then, we don't have to guess the spades. Wait, chat, we don't have to guess. Check this out. We play another diamond now, right? I've already said South can't afford a black suit discard, so South pitches a heart. We throw a club from dummy. Now we play ace king of hearts, roughing a heart to strip the opponent's hearts, and then we play the last diamond. South can't afford to pitch... Oh, I guess South could pitch a club. I'm sorry. I take it all back. Yeah, so South could pitch a club on that trick, and therefore we would have to guess the spades. We don't have communication in clubs. I was trying to be clever, but apparently I can't be clever. Almost. I mean, some of these positions, I guess not this exact hand, but this is probably what Dennis is looking for. Some of these positions, you can squeeze an opponent down to a singleton honor in the suit. And therefore you avoid a guess. I mean, I know this happened during the Bridge Master playthrough that we did a while back. So some certain spots like that, I'm sure that's what Dennis is thinking about. Fifth diamond squeezes South. Well, not really, right? Well, this is the fifth diamond, first of all. Oh, no, it's not. Well, yeah, I mean, whatever. Whichever diamond you mean. The 5 of diamonds, I'm guessing. But we have to make a discard from the west hand. And to keep the heart threat, like for South to not be able to pitch from the heart queen, we have to pitch a club, and then South can afford to let go a club on the next diamond. So there really isn't a squeeze that does the thing we want. But Dennis has been searching for one. Shift spots a null. Everyone's spotting nullos. Players, commentators, spectators. Board 21, they do push the result at 5 diamonds. I'm going to quickly step through the play in the other room. Okay. Well, the play was not very interesting in 5 diamonds at the other table. All right, ace of clubs, pitch a heart maybe, or ace of clubs, pitch a spade. But now declares in a spot where they're gonna have to guess the spades. I mean, I'm pretty sure we just lead a spade up. Well, Shift, neither one of us made a nullo, right? Like a nullo means it's just we didn't gain any extra tricks for our play or any extra information. Okay, we did not rough the ace of clubs. Let's try again. Everyone was still going to be allowed to guess the spades at trick 12. That was always doable, but I was hoping there was a way to not guess the spades, and it looks like there just isn't. $13.70. South having queen third of clubs, but South doesn't have queen third in clubs, right? We have a full count on the deal. I mean, sure. Like, yes, maybe technically you can try and pick off queen third in clubs, but I'm also pretty sure it's not happening. Also, what I'm pretty sure isn't happening is this comeback. 13 imps go back the way of De Boden. They could bid to 5 diamonds in the other room. East just opened 4 diamonds. 4 diamond opener on ace, king, queen, 8th? No, come on. Maybe they're trying to swing, but this was an unsuccessful swing. Roughing the ace of clubs was the winning play because it immediately got a concession from the opponents. You have a show of power, and your opponents are like, oh, we can't handle this. One heart, 1 no trump, 2 hearts. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I mean, they're never going to expect the 5-card spade suit from West. So spade around to the queen. We're just going to go ace of hearts and a heart. And South is going to win and play back a spade, thinking that, that their partner's led from Jack 10 third. Oh, this is so funny. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition other than the Spanish. Those guys do expect the Spanish Inquisition. Spade rough. South is like, oh no, what have I done? Oh, the Spadish Inquisition. I see. No one expects that one. I've been told that we have the same auction in both rooms, so East-West get to 2 hearts at the other table. 2 hearts is going to make some number of tricks in both rooms, I imagine. How do you improve the bidding? No, I mean, I'm not sure. I guess you could open a spade and rebid 2 hearts and treat it as 5-5. Your spades are better. Like, if we had, well, I was going to say if we had a minor suit, I would open the 6-card minor. But then, of course, we'll always be able to bid a spade over partner's 1 heart response. Last board. Pass, pass, pass. Coward by East in 3rd seat. 2-0 from South. That is a 22 count. Huh. Okay. So North-South missed their spade fit because North didn't check for a major suit. The diamond opening lead is going to cause some problems for Declare. I mean, technically the diamond suit's blocked, and maybe the 8 of diamonds will give Declare that information. East pass makes sense in the match state. Yeah, maybe. 8 of diamonds to the queen and ace. Jack of diamonds comes back. Now is Declare going to block the suit? No. So 3 no trump is just going down. West gets in with the spade king and cashes out the diamonds. I think this is a problem Declare could work out. I think this is also a problem that Brink might have worked out on day 1 or day 2 of this event, but maybe not on day 6. Exhaustion does set in for the players. It's not like his line of play was terrible. It's just not going to work on this lie of the cards. Not really sure what he's thinking about now. 3-0 down 1. Let's head over to the other room, finish out the event. Certainly South isn't opening 2 no trump. Is the beer card still viable? Like in 3 no trump there? I mean, if you can take it as the last trick on defense, but I don't think that's possible. I'm pretty sure Declare just knocks out the spade king and West has to cash out. Otherwise, Declare makes. Did I miscount the South hand or something? No. It's 22. Really? Are both pairs playing 2 no trump as like 22 to 23 here? Is that what's going on? Queens and jacks are no trumpy cards, generally. They don't do much in suit contracts because oftentimes by the time they're set up, your partner's voiding the suit anyway. But in no trump, they might have some value. So 2-no, I get the 3-no bid from North. It's a pretty bad spade suit. But it's probably still correct to look, and it seems like that's what North is doing. 3 clubs, maybe puppet, maybe regular Stamen, 3 spades, they found a fit, and they get to 4 spades. This contract is going to have no trouble losing a diamond and a spade. The clubs happen to come home. Okay, while 4 spades plays out, let's take a look at this... the play in 6 spades, because this is interesting to me how they managed to make it. You know, the normal play in the diamond suit, cash the king, diamond to the jack, would not work. So North leads the club king at trick 1. Oh my. Declare has to win. Declare pulls trumps, finds that North has showed out. By the way, North didn't make a takeout double of spades at this table. Three rounds of spades. Wow. You know, I like this play. Okay, I figured it out. Actually, I think this is pretty clear. North having not made a takeout double. So the opponents have 11 hearts that no one bid, right? Because North didn't make a takeout double, North probably has one of the heart honors. Since South also didn't bid 2 hearts over 2 diamonds, if South had like ace king 6th of hearts over here, South definitely would have bid 2 hearts over 2 diamonds just to get their lead direct in the middle of the opponent's game forcing auction. So North must have either the ace or king of hearts. They've turned up with the king queen of clubs. They've turned up with a singleton spade. If they had the diamond queen, they probably would have made a takeout double. So I think the diamond queen is almost certainly marked with South on this auction based on those inferences. And that was well judged by Mono to take the diamond hook that way. Well done. Let's head back to 3-0. Or 4 spades, I mean. Not 3-0 trump. I forgot 3-0 trump was in the other room. So diamond opening lead, the 10 will get covered by the jack. The 10 will certainly get covered by the jack. A 100% guarantee that East is playing the jack. Like 1,000% guarantee East is playing the jack. 10,000% guarantee. You heard it here first. You know, I'll even quadruple down. 100,000% guarantee. VuGraph operators have been behind. I don't know what the issue is. I've never seen... I mean, it feels like there's always some new issue with VuGraph operators every time it gets run. But like the delays between them getting the auctions in, and then all of these like undos to put in an alert that was missed, as well as just like being very antsy about clicking cards and clicking bids. Like there's so many times where I'm just like, there's no way they pass. And then VuGraph operator puts in a pass and I'm like, what happened? And then, 15 seconds later, VuGraph operator undoes 15 times to correct that they actually preempted 3 hearts. And I'm like, whoa, how did you miss that? So It feels like maybe inexperience is what's going on. Maybe I'm time warping. Ooh, I like this explanation. Yeah, I'm a time traveler. What is the Ace of Diamonds? Oh, okay. Fine. Fair enough. Fine. Okay. You know what? This makes a lot of sense, and this is probably the right defense. But it looks like my 100,000% guarantee turns out to be wrong. What? This can't be a good line of play, can it? Running the 10 of spades? Okay, this is the second time that South has done something that I think is very, very bad. I'm pretty sure South has to be a sponsor for the team at this point. So I guess they're playing with 2 sponsors, which is pretty reasonable. So congrats to DeBoden. They end up taking the victory in the round robin and taking the victory in the overall event. So I think they come out with 13,000 euros. Not bad for a week's worth of work.